And the fact that she did oral, her lips were on his, like, no, 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 no. That's a hell no. Bye. I am back with another Am I the Asshole video, and this one is strictly devoted to cheating and the messiness of cheating. So, am I the asshole for cheating on my husband with my coworker? And why is this way too common? It is so common for this to be the scenario in cheating situations. It's always usually someone who is working with the other person. Just go back and watch Cheaters, you know, that show where they would go and catch cheaters in the act. But let's get to this. Am I the asshole for cheating on my husband with my coworker? Many people in my life said I am wrong for this, so I wanted others' opinion. I, 30-year-old female, have been married to my husband. Let's call him Damien, 32 male, for 7 years. Our marriage wasn't like most people I know. We only got married because he got me pregnant and needed to step up as the father. We met each other in college and we started off as friends, but eventually I started developing feelings for him. He was dating a girl at the time and they would argue a lot. Every time they would argue, Damien would come to me for comfort. Red flag already. Oh my God, this is the biggest red flag I've seen. You don't do that. He's gonna, oh my God. I didn't mind because the person I liked relied on me. One night they broke up and he got me pregnant. What? That doesn't even make sense. Although it was pretty clear he didn't love me and didn't want a child by me, he stepped up and married me. This story is already, ugh. Oof. Girl. You know you're not supposed to get married just because you had a kid with the person. It's called toxicity, and it's called raising your child to hate one of you or both of you. I don't know. You're traumatizing your child. My husband was getting his PhD and was working in the hospital, so money wasn't an issue. Because of the baby, I had to drop out of college, and once I was able to work, I decided to apply as a kindergarten teacher. Although my husband didn't think it was necessary, our marriage was unhappy. We never made love after I had my son, and it was consistent arguing. What? Y'all didn't mess around after you had your son? How long were you guys married? And I hope your child wasn't over the age of 2, because dang, that's a long time to go without doing anything. He would belittle me and remind me how I was just a pick-me-up. I wanted to also add that I'm vegan, and ever since I married him, I had to quit because he didn't want to eat a salad for dinner every day. Well, I wouldn't want to eat a salad every day either. While working at the elementary school, I met a friend. I'll call him Brandon. Brandon was the kindest person I've ever met. He would check up on me to make sure I'm okay. We'd go out on picnics together with our kids. He has one daughter, and since we were both vegan, he'd give me some vegan recipes. Brandon made me feel true happiness, unlike my husband, and I started to fall in love with him. One day we were eating brunch and he admitted that he had feelings for me. I told him I liked him too, but admittedly couldn't leave my husband considering he overpowers me financially. Babe, that is not a reason. That is not the reason. Like, girl, come on. Also, that was in a Cardi B voice, okay? Brandon said that he didn't care and still loved me and would start hooking up. They would start hooking up after that. Girl, you're messy. You're extremely messy. You are not in the right. You're already the asshole, but let's continue. One night, me and Damien did the nasty for once, and I got pregnant. I wasn't happy, but he was overjoyed. I felt guilty because I realized how much of a shit partner he was and fell out of love with him. Ooh, girl, you got what you deserve. You all thought you were living happily ever after. You thought just because this guy showed you attention for a while that he was going to be great. I know, it just sucks because you never know what type of partner they are until you're actually in a relationship with them for years, not a couple months. Years. Out of guilt, I admitted to him I cheated on him, and of course he wanted a divorce. He was angry even though he never showed any love to me. He also didn't believe the baby was his, understandably asked for a DNA test once the baby was born. He had gotten a divorce and Brandon had let me move in with him and his daughter. Given Damon's wealth, the courts gave him full custody of our son and I had visitation. Once my daughter was born, we got a DNA test and Damon found out it was his. He also demanded custody of her too, but I just gave him visitation. Now that my life has settled down and I decided to tell my friends and family about this, they called me the asshole. So, am I the asshole? Babe, I think you already know what we're all going to say. You are the asshole. No one cares that he didn't show you affection. No one cares that he didn't show you love. And no one cares that y'all didn't get to do the nasty. The thing is, you betrayed him, you cheated on him, and no matter what, no one deserves that. No one deserves to be cheated on like that. You should have told him that you're unhappy and you should have left him. Why continue to go through this same thing? And now look, you look like the bad guy, even though you were the one being neglected in the relationship. But you decided to do you, and now you're the asshole. So let's look at the comments and see what other people say. Oh, someone said, first comment, you are the asshole. Divorce exists for a reason. Cheating makes you the asshole. Wanna cheat? Leave. Such a simple concept, period. It's so crazy how people would rather cheat and then wait to get caught or wait till, shit hits the fan before they get divorced. And then they try to be like, well, they did this, they did that. No matter what, you look like the asshole here. If you were that unhappy, you should have filed for divorce. You should have left the asshole long before the new guy entered the picture, to be honest. But yeah, cheating is always the asshole move. Yes, it is. Not only that, you lost custody of your kids because, most likely, it's not just because of the wealth, it's because you're the one who cheated on your spouse. These are the effects that happen. Your actions have consequences, and look what happened. OP, I would have given you some empathy if this wasn't a pattern of yours. You started seeing your husband when he was in a relationship, so no, I don't have any pity for you. You're full of bad choices, period. Oh my God, I forgot to touch on that. Yes, you started seeing this person as they were breaking up with their girlfriend. You think that he was giving you attention, or you were getting attention because you were listening to him vent about his ex-girlfriend and his problems. You don't even see that as a red flag. You are full of bad choices and you're still the asshole. Let's see. Last one. Someone responded to this specific quote from her story, and it said, "One might think we broke up. He got me pregnant, although it was pretty clear he didn't love me, didn't want a child by me. He stepped up and married me. It was pretty clear he didn't love me and he didn't want a child by me. He stepped up and married me." Okay, that was what she said, and this is what this person responded to because of that specific comment. Excuse me, what? What's the logic? How does this make sense? Either get the morning after pill or filed for child support. You don't get married when it's this doomed before it even starts. What the hell is the point? Pregnancy doesn't automatically mean you have to get married. Oh, I'm guessing some religious aspects are involved here, period. I mean, I did say that too. Just because you got pregnant doesn't mean you gotta get married. This is how your kids come out traumatized. And look, girl, you just ruined 2 other of your kids' life because of your choices. So let's go on to the next one because, wow, this girl is scandalous. Wife cheated. I let someone close to her know. Am I the asshole? This one's really long, so I am going to try not to interrupt during the story because this is a lot to read. I have not read it. I skimmed. I went up and down, and I can't even. I don't know if my ADHD can handle it. For a little context, I've been with my wife 13 years. She does have history of cheating. Oh God. Why are we doing this again? The histories of cheating. People, stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. It's not going to work. Okay, let's just restart this. I've been with my wife 13 years. She doesn't have a history of cheating. Oh wait. Oops, I got that wrong. I've been with my wife 13 years and she doesn't have a history of cheating. We have 2 kids together. Our relationship hasn't been great for a while. It seems like we are always trying to make it work. I'm going to try and be unbiased with the telling of this story as I can be. A difficult thing to do, but I'll try. It's going to be a bit long as I tend to have a lot of details. Yeah, clearly. So we just bought a new house together a little over a week ago and hired a contractor to build a small half wall around a set of stairs that lead to the basement. My wife had to set up an ad looking for a contractor, so she was the one talking to him about times and whatnot. Last Saturday, she told me the contractor would be there around 11 a.m. My youngest daughter had dance class about a 15-minute drive away at 9:10 that morning. My wife asked me if I'd mind taking the other kid for a drive too, as with all the stress of moving, she just needed to relax, which is understandable. She's the one who's done most of the planning, and I know she's been stressed, so I say sure. I get back to close to 11 a.m. and the contractor is there, and he just started what he was there to do that day. He left a while later. The following day, my wife starts talking about the contractor's background and mentioned that he had a past criminal history. She then tells me he was inappropriately messaging her, and then admits she wasn't appropriate either. I asked if she had the messages, and they had been deleted already. She said the inappropriateness didn't last long and that she was really sorry, but she had stopped a while ago. Obviously, I was upset about this, but I kept it together and told her I was going for a drive to clear my head and pick something up I needed. About 5 minutes after I left, my mind went back to the previous day and remember that my wife had asked if I can turn the water on so she can freshen up. Water of the house was shut off due to a slow leak, and the contractor was there with her alone before I got there that day, and that she made sure both kids were out of the house. I turned around as something just felt off. I questioned her and she eventually spit it out that she had kissed, and that was all. And then after more prying, she admits to oral. Oh, hell no. Ooh, that is scandalous. I was furious. I threw my cup of coffee on the ground and screamed a few expletives at her and stormed out. I was crushed and furious. Yeah, that's full on cheating. I mean, I wouldn't even take the text, but yeah, that was full on cheating. Now here's the part where I could have been the asshole. My wife's parents' opinion of her has always been very important to her. I'm not going to pretend I had good motives here. I wanted to hurt her like she hurt me, so I texted her mother and told her exactly what she did with the contractor. I told my wife that her deceased father would be thoroughly ashamed of her, and she has struggled with this passing, and it's been almost 5 years and it's still a struggle for her. I also sent my wife a SS of what I said to her mother. I realized it sounded childish that I told her mom on her more than last, but her mother's opinion of her means so much to her. Ooh, he is a petty king. She eventually got back to the house that night, and she had told me the dog got out and was missing, but when I pulled in, she told me that he just came back, so I left again. She seemed to be having a mental health crisis, so I texted her mother and told her she needs to come down to stay with her daughter, but I would go back until she got there. When I got there, my wife's was gone already, likely only a minute or two. My kids were asleep inside, but obviously went in as I couldn't leave them alone, and again informed her mother of the change. After some texting, my wife pulled in and asked me to come outside to talk to her. I insisted that I was too pissed to have a calm conversation and I wasn't going to have one. She said fine and told me to sleep in the house and she would go sleep in the van. She convinced me to let her grab something, so I did. She wouldn't leave. I tried to leave. She eventually convinced me to sleep in the bedroom, and she would sleep on the couch. I agreed. She made her way into the bedroom anyways. Ooh, the boundaries are not being respected here. Eventually, we decided we wouldn't do anything too rash. I made it clear that I might still leave her, yet the kids and a new house purchase making leaving difficult. She had admitted that what she did was terrible and unforgivable, and she did seem remorseful. Over the last few days, she's been trying to get me to tell her mother that what I said wasn't true. I didn't tell anyone else, complaining that it has ruined her relationship with her mom, that she was so ashamed that she can't even look at her. She didn't admit she cheated or kissed the contractor, but that is all she admitted to her mom. For the first couple of days, I was firm and not a chance in hell I would do that. I eventually decided that I don't want to permanently damage her relationship with her mother and told her that there was a miscommunication, and I jumped to the conclusions. Things have been okay-ish, a few blowouts here and there, but today my wife texted me and said that while she knows what she did was the worst thing ever, she doesn't know if she can forgive me for telling her mother what she did and ruining their relationship. I honestly saw red at that point. Am I overreacting here? I feel like she's trying to tell me what I did was worse and unforgivable. Am I the asshole? No way in hell you're the asshole. She is a demon. She is manipulative. I can't believe this is a human being who did this, okay? She made you try to tell her mom that it was a lie even though she did what she did. She just seems like a bad person. Like, why? Who cares? Like, she's the one who ruined the relationship with her mom because she's the one who decided to cheat on you. She needs to be responsible for her actions. And that's not okay for her to try to make this your problem, trying to make you seem like the bad guy because she decided to cheat on you and you decided to act and tell one person. Imagine if you would have told everyone. Imagine if you would have put this on social media, how many relationships she would have lost because of this. And she's over here trying to salvage the one with her mom and then blame you that it's unsalvageable. Boy, you dodged a bullet. You need to divorce her. I don't care what it is. She needs to peace out of there. But there's another one, clarity edit. This was the contractor's third time at our house. My wife had been chatting and flirting with him for over the course of a week. He built a wall with drywall. So as most would probably realize, you can't do all that mudding in one go. All right, yeah, well, I mean, that doesn't change the fact that she cheated on you and it looked like it was over a course of the week. And the fact that she did oral, her lips were on his, like, no. That's a hell no. Bye. Okay, someone put, not the asshole. These are all things she should consider before she sucks some dude's dick. I considered how long it took her to even admit that much. Don't be surprised if there was more than that. There probably was, boy. He came multiple times. Oh, you might want to get tested because you don't know if she was using a rubber. This person said, I was cheated on when I was younger, and for about a week, every conversation expanded the cheating. It was brutal, and it went from we kissed to oral to slept together spontaneously once, and ultimately ended up with we met at a hotel on the first time one weekend when you were out of town, and it never stopped. Every conversation was soul crunching, and I remember wanting simultaneously to know literally everything and nothing at the same time. I can't imagine. I have not been cheated on like that, and I can't. If I ever am, it's gonna crush me. It's gonna break my soul. I'm gonna have trust issues just like all these other people, and I don't want to be that person, so don't ever cheat on me. And honestly, I would want to know everything because I want to know how much to hate you, how much to, like, ugh. Oh, not the asshole. You're an absolute clown for staying with this woman, though. You deserve better. Yes, you do deserve better. People don't realize that they deserve better. She got you to recant before she started blaming you. She knew that what she was doing and was not remorseful. She'll use the fact that you told her mom as an excuse to blame you for everything else that is going to happen. What does that mean? Leave her ass. Do not stay with her because you already know it's going to happen in your future. Last one I'm going to read. Not the asshole. And look, this is your problem. As it is now, it looks like she's just cheating because he was there. No red flags, nothing. Essentially, now you have a situation where if you stay in the marriage, you can never feel safe again. You can never turn your back on her again since she's proven unreliable and by cheating with a random contractor. And no, odds are oral was not all. Cheaters lie about everything to minimize the fallout. In this case, she said just oral because she knew that if she admitted to fucking him, it would definitely be over. Sorry. Also, this seems like it just came out of the blue, and these things rarely do, so I urge you to get a paternity test on your kids. Also, speak to a lawyer. See what your options are. Also, no, don't lie to your mother-in-law when dealing with a cheater exposing one of the most potent weapons. Yes, girl, don't take it back. Don't recant. You need to let the cheater's mom know that she is a cheater so maybe she can whip her into some shape. But that's the end of this. I'm going to go on to the next one, next comment, next story. Am I the asshole for siding with my friend after he cheated on his wife? I'm 27-year-old male and my friend is 24-year-old male and his wife have been married for 3 years and have 2 small babies. Recently, another woman reached out to his wife to tell her that a few years back while they were living in separate states, he was in the military, they slept together. Doesn't change anything. These military men be scandalous. Don't ever date one. This caused a great deal of havoc to their marriage and things have been super tense. However, the wife has been extremely toxic lately. Although I understand she's hurt, she's taken advantage of the situation to get her way on everything. So what? She kind of deserves it at this point. He should have lost her completely, but she's taken advantage of the situation. If he really wants her, he'll do it. Most recently, she basically guilt-tripped my friend into buying an expensive cat because, in her words, she deserves it. They already have 5 other cats and 2 small babies and not a lot of economic resources to add another expensive cat into the mix. Okay, yeah, you don't need 5 cats, girl. I think you are taking advantage in that sense because 5 cats, can't imagine what your house smells like. I can't imagine the pet hair that's all over the place. My buddy agrees as a way to keep the peace. He's trying to save his marriage, but at what cost? She's doing whatever she wants, leaving him the kids to go out late, making him do extra work around the house even though he works a very physical job, and now the whole cat situation. I told my wife the situation and how I think she's being unreasonable, but my wife says that his wife is probably very hurt, isn't dealing well with all the emotions that come with finding out he cheated. As I said, I can empathize, but this is no excuse to treat my friend like dirt. There's a healthy and unhealthy way to deal with this situation, and she's choosing the unhealthy way to go about it, causing more damage. Boy, your friend chose the unhealthy way by cheating. Don't even with me. You are a toxic straight male, I can tell. And you probably watched Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan, okay? You need to get the hell out of my face, because this is already pissing me off. My wife is now mad at me. She said she will take the wife's side on everything and support her in whatever she needs. He's the one who messed up after all, and he needs to deal with the consequences of his actions. She says that he should give her whatever she wants. She says that he should give her whatever she wants, but where do you even draw the line? When will he stop paying for the mistakes from years ago? Now, he has created a rift between me and my wife, but I don't think I'm being the asshole here for taking my friend's side. Look, I know what he did was awful, but two wrongs don't make a right. She's being very spiteful and selfish and getting her way in everything she wants and guilting him into big decisions that will only hurt their family even more. First of all, it sounds like you hate women, period. Like, you sound like you're a toxic man from the military and you have some complex of how things should be, and why are you thinking that this is too much over this guy cheating on his girlfriend? And oh, because you're in the military and you were in a different state, it doesn't matter? I think it matters more, okay? Enough is not enough. She should be getting whatever she wants. He should be paying for his decision to cheat on her. And this, I'm glad your wife's mad at you, because it just shows that she's not as dumb as I thought for being with you. What you're saying is undefendable. And you might as well just be agreeing with your wife before you're on the same boat. Let's see what these comments say, because I know they're ripping this person to shreds. Someone said, "You the asshole." And then they quote the specific thing that says, "This is no excuse to treat my friend like dirt." My dude, it absolutely is. You're right that his wife is not acting appropriately, since this marriage is clearly long dead. She should just divorce him, but your friend is the one responsible for killing it. And now he has to face the consequences of his own actions. I can't understand helping him out if he needs a place to stay or something, but do not take his side. He is absolutely the one in the wrong. Period. You the asshole, or you're the asshole. How is the wife using him? Watching one's kids and doing housework are normal if you're a parent and a house owner. People go out sometimes too. The extra cat is maybe an indulgence that minor and a normal thing for families to discuss or disagree on. Frankly, if it's the only thing she needs to cope with being cheated on is a small price to pay. Looks like the wife developed some healthy attitude and your friend can't cope. Is he used to have nothing to do with kids and chores from his years in the military? Period. I know, I'm like, damn, this is normal things. A normal person would be like, okay, I do this every day. But he seems like he was catered to, and he still cheated on his wife. You basically told your wife that cheating isn't a big deal and that the wife should get over it. Your friend screwed up his marriage and he is reaping what he sowed. You are dumb enough to put your marriage on the line to defend him. If you don't separate yourself from your friend's affair issues, your wife will draw the line on you. Yes, she will, because that is basically what you're saying. I can't believe that you're putting yourself through this because you think your friend's putting yourself through this. No, what you are saying is the reason why your wife is saying what she's saying or responding the way that she did and why she's mad at you. Think. Last comment. Wait, they've been married for 3 years. He cheated a few years back and they have 2 small children. So did he cheat right before or after the wedding? Was she pregnant with the child and had she just given birth at the time? This sounds pretty sus from the "but he's a great guy" POV you seem to have. Your idiot friend destroyed his relationship and it seems like you think she just has to get over it. Yeah, no. The situation is radioactive. Are you willing to have it bleed into your own relationship too? All right, these comments are saying it best, and it's just like you're putting your own relationship online and you are dumb for that. There's nothing else I need to say about this post because everyone else came correct and no one no one is saying that you are not the asshole. So that is it for this video. I love talking about these cheating stories because they're always messy and they always get me riled up. But like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Am I the Asshole videos and commentary videos coming soon.